There we have them.
I knew you'd do it.
The world will look at their splendor or failure with this match with 6 GA and 193rd GIR against 11 CIB. The map will start, well, the match will start on map switch, will happen shortly and we'll come back in then.
Helsum RAAS.
Helsum RAAS, thank you. My first airborne. 6 GA and 193rd GIR. Let's see what kind of spawns they do get from this first start. It's now staging phase. It ends in 60 seconds. They gotten a brain carrier, a half track, and haven't taken out the third transport yet. The commander is J Harper. He's taking his ammo truck with him as commander. For their tanks, they gotten the mighty Firefly as the heavy armor. They are restricted to using one armor at a time with a max crew of 4. This obviously only has the crew of 3 currently. It looks like they have set up quite well for a good start. They are now heading out in 30 seconds to attack the first point magazine, which is a typical point to take even in the offensive map areas. It's basically this cornfield out here in the forest. They will take that without any problem. The first couple of points in typical RAAS. Oh, no, wait. Map switch, okay. We now will look at 11 CIB. Staging has ended. They're about to head out to their first point, which will be on the German side. Right next to him at the Renkum, which is a small little town. The logistics are heading down the main road. And it looks like the commander has brought his ammo as well. It looks like they're doing the tactic of having 2 squad leaders with the commander. This is a good way because the radio on the commander car acts like a radio man, so they can actually make their rallies up with no problem. Other tactic displayed, we'll see what kind of vehicles they have gotten for their armor and regular transport. We're looking down here, we can see they have gotten a half track similar to the Allied, so very fair and square on that part. They also gotten the Tiger, a good adversary against the Firefly. They're now sending 2 people to camp the first point while the rest is heading out. Their MSP is out on the northwest flank with a lot of crew in it. They gotten a second logistics trucks is going up to the north, getting ready to set up a new FOB. Once the points do come up, a lot of them have sent teams towards the middle of the point, which has the biggest probability of having the third and last cap point in the middle of the flag. So it's a very good and valid tactic. There's been a glitch. That's definitely not an enemy, but he's marked red. Ignore that. They sent out the big squadron of their whole entire team to work inside the forest section next to Helsum Central. It looks like 6JA, the British have the same idea. They're taking their half tracks filled with a lot of infantry, backed up with the 5th cal to get the center of town as well, waiting outside on the cusp to see where the last point pops up. On the British, the second point has come up at the warehouse, very far west of the point itself. They already have a section and their commander. Another commander is not there. Several people getting ready. Probably defense team. We can gesture that this is probably the defense team for the second point. And they might remain here as well. They probably might set up some encampments or FOBs with the help of their logistics team. We already have the first explosions going on. You can see on the map just south of 11 CIB at Helsum, the half-track and the enemy MSP from the British is going up. At this point, there's a big chance that the commander, Moon Cow, has spotted the half-track. Judging from his fail, it looks he's been shot already. Half-track might have already gotten him down. It's now coming on south from the rest of the infantry of 11 CIB. They can be taken up pretty effectively if they get a beat on in them. But it looks like they're calling to disembark next to this building. We might see the first clashes of infantry here. With the German coming up closer. The British still very tightly packed up. They might get grenaded if they are continuing to be this close together. They are now forcing themselves into this barn. They might be setting up a rally with their section leader. Rally has been set up. They're now taking fire from the Germans across the street. You can see them there now taking shots. Our wood. We're gonna start shooting back. A radio man is now coming up. They've taken out one of the Germans at one of the other opposite house. Blast is coming in as well, but it seems to be very heavily guarded by the British. It looks like they got a man moving up. Radio man, he himself is patching up. There seems to be an even split between the casualties between these two infantry sections. Hopper is now jumping forward. He's gonna take the corner and he will see the sapper, but he will again be taking up Lucas, equaling the stance between these two sections. They might be able to fight it amongst each other for quite some time. The third mid-cap has been brought forth. Let me get my... There we go. And it is Harper capping it. As of now, 11 CB is moving up to the point itself. The only support it has is the infantry section to the northeast of the point itself. That one seems to be soon outflanked by a cheeky little guy on the bushes. We'll see how well he fares. We got already some people opening up. We have the Bren carrier being shot by the MG by a half-track. Yeah, half-track has opened up on the Bren carrier. This section of British people have had to disembark, and right now they're just being pinned. Bren carrier trying to shoot back with its gun to maybe take a headshot of the half-track. The half-track is now getting out of there. That is very prone to lose that fight between the Bren carrier. The Bren carrier shooting the gun of the Bren carrier is very hard compared to the half-track gunner. It looks like 11 CB has come back in to taking this third and midpoint. They must have spawned somewhere very nearby, and they're taking out Jay Harper, the only on his team to be on the point itself. Now it looks like they're making good progress fighting this British. They're being shot from the back from the point itself, but O'Connor and Wood are trying to get out of it. Wood is the only one surviving. He has Blast and two other CIB in the bushes to his northeast. He might be shot from the mansion from the south. Blast is coming up closer. He's going to try and clear out the bushes and see where this bad guy is. They're not seeing each other yet. Oh, and good coverage. Blast is saved by the MG cover from Eric on the house. Now mortars have started to try and hit these German forces next to the point. Looks like last game, CIB is able to take the mid cap, and it seems like it's 6th J responsibility to be on the attack, and they are doing that right now. They're moving in with the brand carrier to quickly reinforce and at least start to spearhead into the point itself. We have Eric on the MG taking out the gunner and the driver of the brand carrier. It's a very open top transport. With his high elevation, he's able to take headshots and peeks at them. Private Morris and someone else from 1903rd. I'm just gonna call him GIR, taking shots at Eric. With no success, is still up. We have a lot of tank markers. This Firefly is coming down on the field. It has been marked already with the Tiger far out, now trying to find and engage the Firefly. Let's see quickly how this tank battle will do. It's on full speed until it takes a little time scanning the area. Let's see if it has any bead on the Firefly at all. As it looks like it might have a bead on the Firefly, as we can see it right now ourselves. They don't seem to have seen each other yet. If this commander just looks to his right, he will be able to see the silhouette of a Firefly looking in the wrong direction. Let's see who sees each other's first. Currently, it's none of them. Commanders get shot out of the head. That's good enough of distraction for the Tiger, probably not to be able to shoot back. That means that 6J might be able to mark the Tiger on the map itself. It just has. Maybe the Firefly will now move around, engage the Tiger. On the point itself, we had a lot of mortars coming in. They're trying to make a FOB close proximity to the point itself. It looks like it is being dug down, as it looks 68 has already found it and is already making it not spawnable. Too much is happening at once. We have a half track here going out, disembarking a couple of troops. We have a Brent carrier trying to shoot out the gunner. The shield of the gunner is making him hard to hit. He's able to shoot back, and Brent seems to be dealt with. On this side, we got a guy flanking on the other side. Pepper is looking at Bondak. He has a grenade launcher. He misses. Bondak is trying to get the corner. He gets shot by the pistol wielding Pepper. Both of those twos are dealt with. The half track is now moving back, but it seems like they're going back to their own rally, which might be able to spawn in some of those dudes. It looks like MCB is having this trench ready up to fight against 68. There's too many names here. They're taking the household. They're now being suppressed by the MG. This guy is now trying to move up. It's Liquid 2. He will be facing this guy laying prone next to the wall. He has the SG, he has the squad leader. He got two people on that side. He got one of them. When he jumps over, he gets shot by the next guy, which is Williams, who will win this wall-to-wall dispute. We have Haywick. He's not too much attention on that very whole side itself. A grenade gets tossed over, standard practice. Sergeant Serik is getting shot by the MG from the half track itself. Cox gets shot and murdered by a good flank by Williams, and he takes out the rest of the 11 CIB, making them safe once again. At the very point itself, we have now 68 taking it back from 11 CIB. They are still trying to move up. We have CIB Fizzy, Mikalos 03 trying to come in on, let's see here, the north side using the hedges. As well as the northeast, we have several of them trying to cover it from the house with the MG Eric still where he's at, with Vanamutska and Blast moving up as well. We'll see how easily these British can fight against. He's moving out to one of the outer barriers. He's being opened up by the SG gunner Mr. Striker. Let's see if his shot is true. If he gets a headshot over here, he will throw a grenade and does take Striker out. The Eric is on point. He has the bead on the guys in this house, and he's taking them out as they give themselves the profile through the windows. Right now, this seems just to be one of the 93rd GIR. He gets taken out. Fizzy tried to come up with the two last survivors, Jay Harper and Thornton, with a jeep driving around. That doesn't beat well. Let's see how long this guy survives without getting shot. Amazing. No one seems to be able to have the time to shoot up, and we hear a lot of MG firing happening out here. They still have this fob secured, and it looks like LMCB wants it back. It seems to also be their mortar position for the logistics crew. Obviously, picking down the fob next to mortars makes it easier for the enemies to find them with the sound cues from the mortars, so it usually is a quick way of getting your fob discovered, having the mortars right next to it. It's just follow the sounds. That's probably what has happened there. They heard the mortars, they went to the mortars, and they found the fob at the same time. At the third point, we got people moving in still. Harper is still alive. Thornton is still alive, trying to keep the point safe, at least in the neutral. LMCB has a good beat from the outside, but these guys know better to not peek out to the windows. This is coming down now. Will there be any MGs shooting through the windows, taking these guys out? It looks like they're getting more people up. 3 people up. Good medic business from Harper. Blast. A couple of his guys are now proning themselves into the way. As we know, prone is slow. It's probably best to just boo in fast as possible. As we see here, SG gunner coming up the stairs. Looks like he's going to throw a grenade first in. Thornton is going to hide in the corner, getting ready for the guy to get upstairs. We'll see how fast he is to come back up. A second grenade is coming in. For good measures, this might actually hurt him. He's still good. Let's see if he does come up with STG. Thornton does get him, but he himself gets shot from the outside from one of the SG gunners, Daniel. And at this point, only Harper seems to be the last remaining survivor. And at this point, LMCB will capture this point with the extra manpower from the south. The British are trying to get into the main point again with Williams, McBean, and Pepper. 6GA. There seem to be problems of their own. They seem to be shot. Just one of them remains. We have the half track and the MG crew with the rally on the west side. The half track has been dealt with. It's been exploded. As we look at the map itself, there doesn't seem to be much happening on the defense points for either of the sides, apart from 11 CIB has a contingent of forces on the defense. Nothing close to attack from 6GA. They have their Tiger set out ready. It looks like the Tiger has taken out the Firefly. So that's a good shot from their part. They seem to have 11 CP going in on foot to the main point. They will take some time for that to accomplish. Mooncow, which is probably the commander maybe of these forces, are using the radio to get his artillery calls in. Maybe we'll see smoke artillery and a kind of effect on the main point itself. Looking back to the main point, they look to have it far out in the distance up to the north forest. CIB is coming on the west flank. It seems like the British is coming on the north flank. It is a mixed mash of different soldiers fighting for their lives. Let's see here with more clarity. Several are dead. It looks like the British are now picking people up. Brent is now trying to suppress whatever target it is. There's a radio man sitting and hiding in the bush, waiting for his target. We have several CIB on the west side, and CIB taking the point for the most part. We have a lone soldier trying his best to not die. It's a radio man with a Sten gun. Right now, I need a more overview. Look, in these bushes, a lot of people are hanging together. People are not moving around too much. One of the Germans go down. The sapper pushes up with the Sten. He himself gets shot from one of the other bushes. People are covering this bush warfare over here. We got, let's see here, Bird, Peralta, Regulus, Fizzy about to meet each other. They're literally looking at each other, and looks at the radio. German says them first. The rest that are left is Bird and several coming up from the south, which is from 6GA. It looks like Moore is still alive. Let's see who takes this corner the best. The Sten on the rifle. One is leaning, one isn't. And it seems the lean is the good strat. Actually, no. It looks actually like the Sten got a shot him through the hedge with some guidance from Stat Crew, probably. Oh, from the south. A big push coming from the British. Pinpoint Joe is now looking down and he's able to get killed before the self dies. Meichner is dead as well. That leaves the south pretty open. Just Cox and Daniel that's inside the building. As beads and ice in the south. That's the barn and the very main entrance can be opened up for the British to go in. This is a lot of action at one point. It's hard to get beat of everything. They are now smoking the south. Let me orange it better. South is going to be to our bottom. North is going to be top. So what we're seeing right now, the southern has been dealt with grenades. Nothing survives there. In the barn with the current smoke, not to the southeast, we have one remaining alive. Not enough to make a push to the house itself. We now have smoke being tossed around. That's probably from the British to make better cover. This is where it's the most fighting. We got Germans on the west. British on the east. They're trying to get people up. They're jumping out without having a proper enough cover. Miko is able to take out anyone that does peek. We have a Stuka. Oh, Stuka. I don't know if that killed the truck. The truck survived. The Stuka hit the roof, so the truck was able to survive that blast. He was lucky with that one. Looks like the Russian team is trying to set up and stationary MG to look over to the north. CIB doesn't have any people in the north as well. That means the British are now moving up from the north to take out this point. We still got Meichner. They're now moving outside. It seems to be a trade. Several are shooting each other, looking back and forth. They're looking. Oh, and he gets shot from the bush. And there's MG in here trying to shoot whatever he can look at. British now moving in with smoke. Let's see if this MG is able to look to the west. He's now trying to hit fire. Galan, he's able to move in. Sapper full speed. Smoke is fucking everywhere. And grenade does take this guy out. Eventually, McBean is moving in. A whole contingent of the British coming in now. 68 and 193rd. Pucho gets taken out eventually. Now it looks like the British have the point. 11 CIB is now coming from the south, trying to fight their way in. Mooncow just going completely solo bunkers, going into the shit of it. Eventually, a Bren has a beat on that spot and gets taken out. 11 CIB is trying to have this hedge warfare with the British with much success, it looks like. They don't have any cover from the east. They're taking shot from the Bren, from the east, from the tower itself. They're now shooting back. Currently, they're trying to open field cross while the MG is suppressing the Brent in the top tower. It looks like Stackpole is able to get all the way. He's about to face the Sapper. The Sapper sees him. They trade some shots. No one dies particularly. Grenades are being tossed toward the hedges, but they're still marked. MGs are looking over the building. They've taken out the people in the windows. The only one remaining is the ones hiding. There's a trade between Blast and Galander. Stat Quo is the only one surviving next to the wall. Inside, we're having more reinforcements from the British coming from the east, backing up. Too much is happening. Too much names. There we go. They're now trying to take cock shots at people trying to get into the point from the east, from the hedges there. Then the self is getting shot though from a guy in the barn. See if this barn guy is able to get more of this 11 CIB in the bushes. He's in a very good spot. Doesn't seem like anyone has discovered him yet. He tries to shoot through the bush, hitting these two fellows here on the side. And he's able to hit one of them. Let's get a view from the barn. We have eyes able to pin down. Well, doesn't really pin down. He sees the MG. The MG is taken out. With good positions like this, he might be able to see this German trying to come into the building. No, that doesn't happen. He has this under lockdown, but to the north, the Germans are able to use the smoke cover. You can't see damn in this. With Cox, he should take and walk in there, but he doesn't. He might be able to be very surprised by the British very close to him, running along. They seem to want to make a flank on these German troops. Currently, a lot of the LMCB is stationary just outside the west side. They're gonna jump over. Will Merkner see this? He's looking the wrong way. They see him. They're blasting. Both of them have stand guns. They can see the MG. And the MG is still alive. Liquid. Oh, and they're able to take both of them down. They have several British now coming into the point. It looks like 11 Blast has the house for now. It's just a mess. It's the big mess of everything. I'm going to switch sides. I can hear a tank moving around. The Tiger seems to have lost its commander. It's trying to shoot at live threats. Now the British are the blue. So trying to cover and take out infantry. The Red Baron is going to see Ruffy walk inside. Taking out, but that might be from the Tiger. We got some more MGs firing right now. The MGs from CIB is pretty good situated. Ooh, a big ass explosion though does end them. That might be a mortar. That might be a 4-pound mortar from the 16s from the British. They definitely have the biggest stuff when it comes to mortar. Let's see if we can have a look at them. We have a... always seems to be a team, small team defending their second point, because it's going so much back and forth. On this side we can see the logistics have put up mortars with 4-pound mortars. That's what we just saw, taking out the NG and causing havoc. It seems like these guys are bold. But enough about that. Nothing is coming out of the bases as of yet. It looks like a Tiger has come in on the second point of 6th GA. Yeah, we have a small group, actually quite a big group of infantry from the British closing in. As they disembark, we see Hopper, Eldar from 68 moving in towards the point, trying to cap it from LMCB. LMCB is low on manpower. They also have their armor here. 68 trying their best to give coverage, using HE to get these infantry off the point. Right now we're going to see Hopper against Liquid and Cox. Or Eldar. Good play from LNCB, taking both Eldar and Hopper down. A good shot through the window from Harper in the barn. Outside there is a MG somewhere. Yeah, an STG gunner ready to take out Harper in a heartbeat if he will show himself, which he might do. He's trying to get his friends up with morphine.
There's more.
Striker is throwing a grenade, and it will take out Hopper. He's the guy that didn't get killed by the morphine. Meaning Harper probably have a morphine left, but he's being flanked by Swoboda. These guys are having now a competition who can kill each other the fastest. Looks like Harper is completely a lot of shots, a lot of hits. Harper takes it. Big, good defend from. No, it's not a defend, is it? 68 is taking this point, which is. Excuse me, sirs. Which is originally British. So that means they have 3 of the points. This means LMCB is now on the backhand. They have to get out of the villa itself, as it's no longer contested. They will be capped. I hope I'm reading this right. Yeah, they're both British. So they're now running back as fast as they can without transport. They're just rushing back to get that captured again, as it will mean a lot for this game. Having the last second point will initiate bleed, as you see Blast working his way up. Jesus. As we look at the map, a lot of blue is here, meaning 68 is very well dug in. It's going to be a big task of CIB. Take this back. It looks like the Tiger has been taken out as well. That's good, bad news for them. That's probably because of the Firefly. The Firefly is absolutely flanking these guys here. Oh no, absolutely wicked shot with the HE inside the building, taking out the rest remaining Germans. They have a beat on several more infantry. The Firefly is making good work of the HE shells. Let's see if we get a second in here. A Bren from far out takes out one of the infantry, moving up. This means LMCB is being thwacked by the defense of the British. The MG is now set up here. He has to reload. Will this guy be able to peek and shoot him in the head before that happens? He does see them. He tries to get away in time. Isn't able to. That takes up most of the guys trying to take this second/4th camp back. Looks like Commander ability is trying to shoot the rest of the Germans up. Looks like the only remaining ones are Gallagher and Cedric. No, that's not British. I'm lying. We might now see Brondak and the rest of the LMCB trying to get in from the east side. Unfortunately, it's a very open field. As you can see, 6J has a lot of people already set up in the barn looking out. It's going to be hard for them to be closer without any good concealment or camouflage. Poncho is running over. He's probably getting shot down by Lee Enfields. See if he survives. Oh, lucky. You can see how many people are already set up. They're trying to take out the guy shooting from the barn. Red Baron has a bead. Let's see if he peeks again. Oh, he's shooting back. He's repositioning. We have a more the push on the south side here. Is southwest is still going through. We have Striker killing. No, Stark is being taken out by Rushmore. The tank from 6GA is still roaming about. It's being spotted by a contingent of infantry, hoping that it doesn't spot them in return. Now it looks like Swoboda is in a hot mess. If this guy still has a lot of HG left, he can do a lot of damage. People are being smart. Well, these guys aren't being concealed too much. They probably should do a better job of not looking at it. It's going to move over. There's a guy in the bush as well. He's probably can be easily spotted by the tank. He hopes he isn't. These guys are on lockdown now. They can't cross this field with this tank looking around until they get some AT or tank up there themselves. Up to here looks like 68 has pushed, make a buffer zone to the south. They've taken out some of the Germans. They're just, look at that, they're just limbs. We're going to have a, is that a team kill? Look from above. As we look at the map, a big spread from the red, which is the Germans coming from the south and east, trying to get in there from different angles. A big compact blue blob on the defender itself with 6GA with its tank. The tank has just spawned at access base from the south, so it will now move up. They have a fob to the south, the Germans, and southeast. That is being shot at, apparently. Looks like a lot of criticals. 6GA with the British troops have a lot closer fob though to the northeast of the point itself, able to be reinforced a lot easier. We have a mortar base next to the FOB again from the LNCIB. Let's hope the mortar doesn't make the fob being discovered, as you can hear from the entire map. We see big lines of groups of squad leaders trying to move their squads closer into town. We have a big group of 6K moving out to fight and make a buffer zone between the camp and the incoming forces. Out in the field, this guy's turned around, obviously with no cover, no concealment. We have the Germans here. We discovered the British that they have Germans on the west side, completely flanking them with no cover. They were able to take him out. They made up a new rally. It's a desperate move, being in the open like this. We can see them moving up now. The Gallagher?
Across the field to the left.
Yeah, you spot them moving across the field. Let's see how they do. Good first shot. Initial push. MG is trying to run for his life. These shots aren't... Okay, come on, boys. Okay. That was just poor marksmanship. But let's give it a care. He tried his best. Someone else is on top though, able to take out several of the guys coming down. Point Joe is on surviving. This MG guy, how the hell did he survive? He's patching up now. Let's see if he can do work. Come in, Monsieur. Yes, 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 yes. I'm not supposed to pick favorites, but this guy. Oh, that's a perfect flank. Let's see if this guy on the west... No, he ain't able to shoot anymore because the MG is now concealed in smoke. Oh, bad timing, bad timing. Too bad. Was that a double grenade? I think that's a bug you get when you die at the same time. He does get a martyrdom. That was awesome. On the point itself, it does like 6GA is very good. Getting people out from the objective and take the fight to the outskirts of the cap itself. A lot of the people getting in isn't able to get near the cap and end up fighting a section outside. As we can see here in the north, the Harper and Elder squad, which yes have been particularly wiped, but able to spawn in still, are fighting CIB guys over here, while this squad is fighting CIB figures to the south. We now see actually a successful push from CIB with Stanko, Daniel, Rabbit trying to push in from the north. Statco now looking into the barn where he can probably see some of these guys peeking from time to time, but not all the time. Perhaps this fob over here is now compromised. Striker has found it, probably calling out to a sapper to get rid of it as fast as possible. There's been a big fight going on over here, apparently with several German bodies and British bodies. He's just trying to camp it so it can be spawned until someone with available explosives can come and get rid of it. It looks like Red Baron is now fighting against... Oh, okay, well, that didn't last long. LMCB is now set up to get in this 3rd story tower house. It is a very good house to have. It's a very common used by marksmen, MG, all alike. Is probably known by the British. A smoke makes a very good attempt to actually conceal 11 CIB to getting closer with a concealment. Let's see as this group might be able to get in closer. Oh, that same mortar is now using HE and it did take out. Okay, I'm not sure whose smoke this is. If it's 11 CIB, it's good concealment, but if it's 11 CIB, it is killing some of their guys. Eldar isn't doing any of it as he is shooting his stun gun in full preparation of this guy. Nicholas trying his best. He's in the open. Eldar isn't with advantage. He goes down. Oh, we see Daniel coming in with the STG. MG is now covering the houses as well. Let's see if Daniel is able to do anything. He throws in a grenade for good measure. A second grenade for a second good measure. He knows there's a guy here with the Enfield. He's able to take him out. Flo is wondering what the hell I'm supposed to do now. Daniel can only wait for his opponent to peek his head again. He's reloading, but make sure that he can know where he is. He's gonna try and move around as it looks like... As it looks like 68 is ready to fend off the west side, as they have already a lot of people in this house, making sure that no one gets in or out on the west side of this barn. Still, Daniel is in there. A lot. He's just walking with the British. Tottenham was already spotted in, maybe on the side. A big explosion takes away the barrier from the barn, makes it an open approach for the Germans to get inside. Liquid and Blondak is moving in. Class is taken out. Morris is in the corner trying to shoot with his stun gun. Oh, Liquid is about to get flanked. Yep. No, we actually get shot by a Shovry. A good push from CIB. It does look it has faltered, only Poncho living at the very edge of the spearhead. Several of CIB is trying to move in from the west, but they're currently prone and in spoke as themselves are being suppressed. This little attack probably belongs to 6 GA defending this, but a lot of casualties has happened altogether. A lot of smokes happening in the town. They haven't get rid of this fob yet. Striker has to just sit on it. We got a tank. That is the Firefly is back on the field. It is scanning to see what's up. He knows the fob has been compromised, so he knows there's at least enemies there. He's just looking if there's any tanks around. Okay, that's a lot of black smoke. From the German side, we have logistics coming from the south trying to move up as well. Looks like the red figures with the Germans have surrounded the flag. The red blob is the defendants, but they're very highly concentrated in very defensible buildings, having view 360. And so they also have a good... Okay. Mesho. Using energy to good effect. They're trying to move in. Oh, excellent grenade. These two are dealt with. We'll look into a guy moving in. Oh, well. There are several people looking from the house, the building. The Brennan is taking out his spy pod and he's taking out Raul. They are missing people that can cover these two windows from the barn. The MG or anything of that sort would be to their benefit before moving in. It looks like 68 still has this under control as CIB is still closing in closer and closer. We still have their last point, which isn't being attacked currently by any of the sides. Well, from one of the sides or depending from the other side. I don't think 68 has the manpower to afford to actually set people out there because they're barely holding on to the barn they already have. If you see at the tickets, the Germans are losing with the ticket bleed. And the British are not losing tickets as well. The British did gain, I think, 20 or 40 tickets simply by taking a point. In this game mode, you get some 20 or 40 tickets to take a point from the enemy as well. If you see an overview from the map, big clump of blue troops in the middle. Maybe the multiple flanks from CIB is making their forces too small, maybe too weak on all ranges, so they aren't able to actually win the engagements they have. A lot of smoke is coming up. I think the commander is just giving it all. This might be the last smoke shells he has for the entire match. Too many names. An MG is set up in this barn, trying to do his best. Shooting at the building, very highly concentrated by British, but unfortunately for him, the British know where he is, and they're going to go and flank him in the barn and take him out. Will this guy notice it? Yeah. He starts opening fire. Takes one, takes two. They're both down. Is he able to revive? Or he's going to use this position to just cover? Good cover from the shooter and the RPG right there. Pioneers here. Will he put down a 3 kilo bomb? Nope. Martyrdom again. Oh no, this MG is well placed. There's no way they're gonna take him out from the front. Oh, big development is happening here. A Rambo of a dude. Shorty from 68. Took out just 2 people. He says they get taken out. It looks like LSMB is able to get into the bunker himself. They got 3 or 4 or 5 people who are just storming in. They're still taking the entire bunker itself. Blast is on top. Big change. The only place they have people left in the British side is on this house. This guy is standing in the window. He is shooting grenades, rifleman grenades. He gets eventually taken out. We've got people in the second floor, the first floor. Smokes are coming out as people trying to revive or pushing up. As we see this guy, Daniel, is gonna move in. Adolaniel already moved in, taking the guys up in the second floor. They're now moving around to see if they're taking out everyone. The only one remaining on the British side is in this last room. It's a GL, a rifleman. Let's see if they are discovered by the rest of the Germans who are walking around. Maybe don't know it yet, but they're very much surrounded. Let's see what these two people would do. We are looking at Robertson and R. Wood. Yes. Coming down from the stairs is Swipadal, but I don't think he's going to visit these guys. They are just taking their time being concealed. Oh, we got more people coming up here. Oh, but we have an MP40. Fuck. Will he get blown up by the GL? Yes, he will.
I got him. You killed him.
Now there's a guy over here looking. What the hell is happening over here? Someone just blew up. Will they go out and try and revive these two guys? Yes, I think they're trying to jump out of the windows, but those windows you can't jump out of. So we'll have to do the long approach. Now I'm focusing on to individuals right now, as a lot of these things are happening. It's exciting. Let's see if he's able to get his comrades up. Inside, he loses his friend, and he himself gets blown to smithereens by artillery. What a sad ending to that tale. Harper and 768 guys are stationed up to the north, waiting for the artillery barrage to end, taking out several from the CIB. I think it almost takes out half of the defensive force. Jesus, I think this is all the 12 rounds from the commander. Now we can only see 3 or 4 people alive. Harper just is running in there. He just needs some more people on this push before they revive absolutely everyone. Is this Blast? Is this Lucas? Blast gets taken out. Harper is bandaging himself. They revive most of the people inside. That's the problem when you do take an artillery. You just have to go in there. Because if you don't, they will just revive everyone back up to speed. And you can see 11 CIB has basically... Everyone that died with artillery has now almost been revived again. Aim sheets are now set up to the north. Trying to suppress Mr. Morris over there. Several other British people are just standing by. Trevor has to be careful now. Shoot, will he take the shot to try and take out the MG? Oh, he just doesn't get the time. The MG gets out of there before he has to reload and get hit. Looking at the map, we got some more CIB coming up from the south as regular. North seems to be 68s, 193rd. Oh, good dodge from the Sherman. Looks like Pocho is really trying his luck with his 80 kit trying to hit this. Does he even have any more left? He's going to try and close the distance. That's probably the best option, yes. Do we have any of the German armor? Yes, I can hear it. Here comes Tiger. He's going to try and take out the Firefly. Sees each other first. It's a miss from the Firefly. The stationary Tiger isn't stationary yet. Still on the move. That one is a bounce from the Firefly. Let's see what the Tiger does. That's a solid hit, I think. That's a miss. It hits the fence of the Tiger. Tiger is half behind the fence, so slower shots are gonna penetrate. And that's a kill for the Tiger. Tiger takes out the Firefly. On the point itself, 11 CIB is still holding very well. You can see they have gained more tickets now, so they are in the ticket lead. Currently there's no ticket lead for either team, as they both have enough points themselves. On Villa itself though, we have a neutralized. Who is neutralizing? Whoever takes this point, if it's able to be taken back by 11 CIB, that means they will get additional tickets. And it looks like that's going to be the case. It looks like several of the 68 is trying to stop this as they're losing their advantage for the match. They have a radio already set out. Harper is moving in. Crazy bastard. But several are on the rooftop, several are in the windows, just ready to shoot whoever approaches. Daniel, Vizzy, Red Baron, several else are just beats on to the north. They're trying to smoke their best. No one has taken out this sniper on top yet. That has to happen. Someone has to take this guy out eventually. Sten is now trying to do his best work and does take him out. Now there is a sliver of a chance for the British to go in there. Ooh, nasty grenade get tossed over. Still, they have the ability to revive. It looks like the Germans have gotten it. They have now 129 tickets versus the British 40. A complete turnaround. This must immensely important. This is just to keep and hold and take points. It's a game changer. Harper almost got in there, and with the last,
GG's.
Well played.
it looks like 11 CIB wins as Germans against
Oh, that's rubbish.
6 GA. And
I'll take,
yeah, shut up.
take 1622.
Shut up.
Well, yeah.
I take
So what
I
happens
take
if you blow
12.
up your own FOB? Do you lose points?
And that ends it. That was very, very equal on both sides. The upper hand belonged to no one at the start to mid round. At the very mid round itself. And then see we got pushed back to the second cap. 68 did a wonderful work trying to defend it. They got some couple of tickets back. The big difference that people have to remember, even though it isn't a big ticket bleed on the third to fourth cap, when 11 CIB got the point back, they got additional, I think, 40 tickets, and they able to stop the ticket bleed. They got the third cap back, which gave them additional 40 tickets again, which means they get 80 tickets back total on the almost those last 5 minutes, absolutely turning around how the battle was going, and you get a lot of this like comeback underdog and top dog switching around. And this is what was exactly happened. They lost the point. They would still maybe have equal standing, but they didn't have people defending really at the very last with 68 and 193rd, and LMCB was just able to take that point, and they won on tickets eventually. They're very exciting. That was cool. It was very equal. The Fire took out the Tiger took out the Firefly. It was skilled. That's a lot of thing happens in this casting. Wasn't able to be anywhere at all the time. Too much thing was happening. Was going left and right. People were attacking several points. Too much for one camera to handle, but I tried my best. That's the casting between 11 CIB, 193rd and 6th on Helsum RAAS UK versus Germans. Thank you. Have a nice day.